All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be another interesting week. And last week, if you guys noticed, I haven't posted anything. It's because usually towards the end of the month, there isn't that much any significant news in the market. Thus, what I like to do is I like to take the final week of the month off, get some relaxation. So that way, when the new month comes in, that's when I'm like fully refreshed. And in trading, that's what I like to advise to people is, always take a break when you can, because trading is not something that you want to do every hour of your life, every single day, because it's gonna take away your life force. It can be a very stressful work, especially once you get the hang of things and you just want to make sure that all your trades are, good because you already have your own system. Although you may have all those systems, it doesn't mean it's always going to work when the market changes, especially now market is crazy. You have to adapt, you have to do things, you got to change some things with your strategy when whatever works. And when you do that, it makes you a better trader than you were, because trading is not something that once you learn once, you're going to become a master later on. No, trading is a forever learning. It's a lifetime journey because the market changes, so you have to change. You have to keep adapting. This is not something that once you like learn this indicator, you're gonna keep doing that for the rest of your life. No, it doesn't work like that, because the indicator you may be using now may not be that suitable later on when the market changes. And kind of like what happened this year when when COVID-19 hit the market. The strategy that I used to trade back then, I kind of just threw out the window and have to manufacture or have to like create like a whole new way how I can, you know, see the market where it may go, because the market very reactive to certain news. That's why I encourage everyone to learn fundamentals, learn to read news, understand the economic data and all that, because the more you understand that, the more it gives you it's like additional indicator, tells you where the market will be going. And of course, it's not something that you will learn one time. You have to just keep reading data over and over, and you got to keep doing back tests. You got to do a lot of tests on how a certain news may affect a certain currency you're trading. And by doing that, you will get the hang of it. And once you get the hang of it, the market is much better to handle when you have that fundamental background. And of course, technical is one of the beginning things that we like to do in trading. And once you understand technical trading and you put that together with fundamentals, you create a very high win ratio strategy. And so far it's been working very well for me, especially during this COVID times. And in the future, I'm going to be making kind of like because I know a lot of traders like to show their my FX book and all that. See, I don't have none of that. What I like to do is like, I like to, screen record my account, and then, I like to show people like my trades, you're really going to see everything from losses to wins and all that. Because the reason why I like to do that is because I like to share everything. I like to be transparent with all my trades, because not all the time you're gonna have winning trades and you're gonna have losing trades. And now the best part about showing your losses is because behind those losses are lessons that's gonna stick with you forever if you understand why you lost. And when when you apply those knowledge, once you learn why you lost, you perform better and better later on. And you become more of a proficient trader. You become self-aware of what kind of trader you truly are, because we won't really know what kind of trader we are unless we get, sometimes a year or two of experience. So for me, I've been trading for about over 3 years now, and I'm still learning new things, which is that's why never think that you're a master trader. Never let your ego get the best of you, because your ego will be your biggest downfall. And a lot of my big losses in my history of trading was because of my ego getting the best of me. Ego creates, greed. It creates that close-mindedness. Like, it prevents you from adapting to the market. So, like I said, keep an open mind every single time. Don't always be overconfident with all your trades. You have to know that the market can be very unexpected. All right, and that's the reason why most traders, let's say about 90%, fail. It's because they either give up, they don't learn from their mistakes, and they just keep on thinking that Forex is it's like gambling. No, it's not gambling. Once you understand your strategy, once you create your own way of trading, you you have around 75% and above win rate, and that's better than 50-50, right? Which is kind of like gambling in like casinos and all that. I think in casinos you have lower win rates than 50-50. You actually have maybe 30-20. It depends what kind of thing you're playing. But anyways, now that I shared some of my insight, what I like to do is, because I know we have some new members, so what I like to do is create a little market overview for the week. So that way I'm kind of telling everyone, okay, these are going to be my trades. So in a way, it's kind of like a trade signal, but I don't charge anybody because, I'm just doing this just to give back to the community. I'm just here to share the knowledge. All right. Now, if you're going to follow my trades, I always suggest that make sure that you are confident, meaning if you feel kind of, sideways with the trade, don't follow me. If you have, your own opinion and you don't feel like, you're not, you're kind of having those second thoughts, yeah, don't do it. And also make sure you have the right risk management, because whenever I trade, I always have room for correction, meaning I don't just like put 10% just like that on one trade. No, I kind of have a 10% rule where I risk 10%, but I break that down into multiple trades in case the market doesn't go my way. And by doing that, if the market doesn't go my way, I can have another adjustment where I can still profit, even though that my prediction or forecast is wrong. All right. And, I like to update people anyways in this group whenever I do trade. And of course, I know in the past where people would follow me and, they would have stop losses because, and then, their trades will hit a stop loss. But for me, whenever I trade, since I have a pretty big capital and also I don't maximize my lot sizing. So meaning I have plenty of room even though the market doesn't go my way. And that's my thing about, the risk management. You always have to have the right risk management for your account, especially if you're going to do copy trading, because not all copy trading is 100%. All right. That's why in trading, you got to learn to play defense as well. You can't be just playing offense, meaning you're always going to think of profits. No, when things doesn't go your way, how can you minimize that loss? Or how can you break even? Or how can you turn a wrong prediction into a profitable one? Those kind of thinking. And that's why I like to make these videos, to share people how I survive the market. Okay? Because trading, especially if you're new, it's all about surviving first. Because what you're doing is gathering knowledge, experience. And once you gathered enough, it's all about start profiting from there. Because money will come to you once you understand how Forex works. Money is just the reward of not giving up. It's the reward of, just keep going no matter how tough things get, no matter sometimes how many losses we make. That's the reason why risk management, even though you may have losses, it's not going to eat all your account. All right. So anyways, let's get back to the main topic. I just want to put that out there. We're looking at this week actually, it's a very interesting week. Monday, a lot of bank holidays, not much news except for USD. But tomorrow, this is what I'm going to be looking at. It's going to be the RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia rate statement. Now, this especially partner up with GBP creates a crazy reaction, especially I know they're not going to cut rate anytime soon because Australia did pretty good on containing COVID. From what I've heard, they're actually, but I think there's barely any case at the moment because they were able to close their airport as soon as they learned about it, which is kind of sucks too because a lot of Australian folks were actually out for vacation. Now they can't come back to their country. But however, it was able to protect their country. So they have one of the very stable economies or epidemic versus like, other countries are suffering from COVID. So, but we will know what's going to happen on the RBA statement because they are connected with China, and any news from China definitely affects AUD. So tomorrow I'm going to be watching that, and I'm going to be trading GBP AUD. And from once I find out, I'm probably gonna post like um, my so-called Forex signal on the group. And also for my viewers on YouTube, I do have a Facebook group because I don't usually answer people here on YouTube because the whole purpose of my YouTube videos is to have just a like a collection of my videos for my Facebook group. So if they do want to go over my other videos to learn how I analyze the market, they can just go over these videos. All right. So if you have questions, join the group. Make sure you answer the questions correctly because we do have some questions to filter out all the scammers and all the non-traders just wants to promote whatever crap they're promoting. But anyways, let's move on. So other than the cash rate tomorrow, there's no other highlight. All right. So we may have a retail sales of CHF. So definitely make some effect. Because CHF, Swiss franc barely have any calendar news. Anyways, Wednesday, another important thing. The GDP of AUD. So wow, AUD is going to be kind of like the highlight of the whole week because you have the bank statement and now you have the GDP. So we're going to see like the overall economic view of that. So right now they're expecting that it's bad because of the whole market slowdown all over the world, the trades and all that. Now, if this thing is better than expected, or if it's a good data, it will definitely bring down GBP AUD like down below. Because compared out of all the trades, out of all the currency pairs of GBP, AUD is actually going down the hill with GBP. It's like boom, AUD is so strong right now. And then on 4:30 on Wednesday, we have medium news on final services of PMI. So we're definitely gonna keep track on that because any news on GBP creates an impact on the currency. All right. And then Canada on Wednesday, we have another rate statement, the Bank of Canada. So definitely got to take a look at Canada also. Later, I'm going to review the chart on where the market may go, depending on what kind of news we're going to receive. So definitely going to go back to that later. Then Thursday, another AUD trade balance, just medium, but we also have retail sales. Retail sales is usually a big news, so we're definitely going to keep track on that one. And other than that, we have Euro. I'm not trading Euro at the moment. I'm more focused on the GBP pairs, so I'm not going to do any Euro analysis. Let's see. Friday, we have Canada. So we have AUD in Canada. It's going to be the highlight of the week. All right. We have the employment change and the unemployment rate. Definitely going to make an impact. But usually my rule in trading is I don't usually trade Friday unless there are major news. So we will see because depends how the market will react on the previous news, depending on if we're going to place a position on Friday. Because usually Friday the market slows down, but sometimes it gets really crazy and it carries over Monday. But anyways, let's go look at the chart. All right, GBP AUD. So we're on the daily chart right now, and let's look at the monthly of it. Like, does it have more room to go down? Because for the past last 2 months, it went down by 2,000 pips. Now, how low can it go? Just looking at the 200 EMA, it's just broke through it. Now, we may see a retracement to this area, technically speaking, than before it goes down. However, it may have not reached the bottom yet. This could be, according to the monthly, this could be a strong support over here on this area, or this area right here. So it may go down just like that. But sometimes, from my experience, especially GBP, a currency will not keep going down. Especially GBP, because they were actually the currency that a lot of banks, ever since they did the whole Brexit, where they succeeded on Brexit, a lot of people are expecting for GBP to go all the way up. Then COVID happened. It kind of slowed them down. So, and according to the COT reports, a lot of banks are actually starting to buy GBP again. Although there are a lot of sell positions, but there's banks still buying. So don't expect things to go, like all the way down, depending on the news. Because tomorrow on the AUD news, if the news is good for AUD, this is definitely market will react. Let's look at the H4. Like we're talking about like these kind of reaction where it's like over 200 pip reaction on the news. Because if that news is good, this thing can go down some more. Now, if it's bad news, now, since GBP has been oversold for quite some time, we're talking about like a giant correction up here at least. So that's like around 1,000 pips. All right. But since GBP is still weak, because according to their fundamentals, the bank is open for negative rates, which is not good for any currency. Because negative rates can lower down a currency. Well, except for Japan, because I know Japan have negative rates, but Japan's always been a safe haven. But for a main currency like GBP, definitely something to watch over. All right. Now let's look at GBP Canada, because GBP Canada is another news. Now let's look at the monthly of it. Right now on the monthly, oh wait, hold on. Okay, monthly right now. This could be a strong support here. It may go down this, but if Canada has bad news, this may go up back to the typical resistance of around here. Have you seen the markets actually playing around this area for now? Any significant news can break this pattern. We're talking about either this going down. So if the bank rate for Canada is good, this may go down all the way down here for the support. That's 900 pips. That's a lot. But we're talking about a month, but we're not going to see that kind of movement just yet. We have to look at the weekly and all that. Now, weekly wise, we have plenty of room to go down to, like right here, about 300 pips. All right, because this is a pretty strong support right here. As you can see, historically, it's bouncing on this area. Let me draw it out. So, boom. So possible this market may go down over here if it's good news for Canada. And plus, oil's starting to pick up too. No more oil, craziness where it's negative and all that. But yeah, these are the things that can happen this week. And I will let everybody know once I place my trades. Okay? So that's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys have any questions, join the group. Post your questions on the wall on Facebook. And from there, we can talk more. Okay? So everybody, happy trading. Let's all be profitable on this new month of June, so we can start the month very strong. Okay? Take care now.